Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to make a golden girl cry as I scream at her to put her 80-year-old back into it, down in the debris mine of my flying command ship in XCOM 2. And before you ask, no, I'm not ashamed of cracking the whip on old Rue McClanahan here. I mean, she owes me one, damn it. I rescued Rue from a hideous fate at the hands of the aliens, just like the Golden Girls rescued her career from the hideous taint of her role on Mama's Family. Yeah, Rue McClanahan would be the meat in an alien sandwich right now if it weren't for me, just like she'd have had to go back to being the meat in an Arby's dumpster hobo sandwich if she hadn't landed that role as Blanche Devereaux. She'd have been giving hand jobs to hobos, we all know it, Rue. Not fooling anybody. If anything, you ought to be thankful that I handed you that shovel and skill saw to clear out the debris down here in this room, instead of a packet of horsey sauce for lube and a barbecue-stained wet one for cleanup. Think about that. But, you know, that's probably enough about cracking the old whip on Rue McClanahan. I mean, it's probably not the first time Blanche Devereaux's had a whip cracked on her. And also making jokes about a woman who's been dead for half of a decade and whose career has been dead for like 2 decades isn't necessarily the greatest comedy choice. And even further, if Dr. Tigan hears me talking about a dead chick, he's inevitably going to try and proposition Rue for sex, and then that just becomes a whole HR sexual harassment issue, and honestly, I've got enough sexual harassment shit with Optimus Prime already. He watches everybody masturbate, and I don't really need any more litigation overhead expenses. Optimus Prime pretty much has my legal budget scraped as thin as possible. So let's just get up to the bridge, see if we can maybe grab a mission before Dr. Tigan overhears me, and then I have to watch him hump Rue McClanahan. That's the other drawback. Operation Dragon King. Investigate the Advent Black Site. This is our remote. Oh, this is the fucking Doom mission that you suckered me into last time, Optimus Prime, you scumbag piece of garbage. Yeah, I'm not doing that. 5 days for a soldier. What else are we doing? Do we have a mission currently? We could get... Yeah, we were working on these supplies, I think. Like, we had made a couple days progress towards the supplies, I believe. When does this expire? I do want a new soldier. I'm 5 days, alright, so... Let's do the scanning here. I don't know if those missions... They do expire. I know that for a fact. I don't know if they have, like, a set time when they spawn or how this particularly works. If that 5 days is when it expires or if that is how long it takes to scan. It's a little ambiguous.
Commander, excellent timing.
Yeah.
There's been some progress.
Yeah, you've been fiddling with a chip in my head. Please tell me you're not talking about the Rue McClanahan thing. If there's been progress in the Rue McClanahan front, keep that shit to yourself, Dr. Tigan. What you and Miss McClanahan do on your own time in the privacy of your own bunk in the barracks, it's nobody's business but yours. What the fuck is wrong with the back of his head? Did anybody else just notice that? He's got like a pack of hot dogs thing working on the back of his dome there.
Tactical combat simulations, war games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding.
Well, I do have like 500 hours in a long war, so you know that's a lot of combat, sir.
As long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some.
Yeah, what's going on in the back of his? See, I'm not crazy. There's like a starfish-shaped scar on the back of his dome there.
I briefly assisted in
Did he pull out one of his own little chips here? Is this your fetish, Dr. Tigan? Is pulling chips out of people's heads because somebody stole your chip? Is that what you're into now? It's the only way you can achieve gratification? You got a lot of scar tissue back there.
Would be the only way to know for certain.
I apologize for saying he had a pack of hot dogs snack too. I mean, you appear to be an appropriate weight to body mass ratio. Not trying to, I'm not trying to insult you. Just couldn't figure out what it was, and it looked really weird. Examine an Advent officer corpse. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get on that in a minute. Tell me more. My dinner with Andre. Tell me more. One of my favorite drops, actually, for a little geeky kid. I want to say Nelson, but why can't I remember? Martin. Martin. The kid's name is Martin. Ah, yeah, I love that. I also like it when he's the conjugation wizard. He knows all of the Latin conjugations. Morir, morit, he, she, or it. Ah, it's also great. Why am I talking about The Simpsons? Anyway, I'm not examining an Advent officer corpse. I got other shit to do here. Advanced Warfare Center, we want the AWC desperately. I want it the way Dr. Tigan wants to be, getting all floppy on top of Rue McClanahan. We can also do a sectoid autopsy and an Advent autopsy. But the sectoid autopsy, actually, we did discover in our last campaign that if you leave autopsies alone for long enough, eventually they sort of complete themselves, which is nice. Magnetic weapons, of course, is highly desirable. Hybrid materials, it doesn't really do much for us other than unlock other research. Honestly, I think our time is probably best spent here, going with the resistance communication.
I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander.
Yeah, bullshit. You always say that, Dr. Tiger, regardless of what I pick. That way you look smarter than you actually be like, oh yeah, I knew all along you were going to pick that one. I knew it. I was,
Advent generally deploys heavy security rather than subterfuge when it comes to protecting their primary facilities.
Okay.
At least the ones I had access to personally.
Did you have access to a lot of them personally? Because you seem like the kind of guy they'd want to keep under lock and key, if only to, you know, save themselves potential PR troubles. You're sort of like the Joe Biden of scientists, really. They'd be like, just keep Joe quietly in his office, otherwise he's going to get drunk and probably touch someone inappropriately during a state dinner, and then that's going to be hard to explain away. Let's keep Joe under wraps. So 65 supplies for investigating that settlement. That's solid. That puts us a little bit closer to... Oh, do we have the Warfare Center yet? I mean, okay, what we need to do, as soon as we clear these debris, I think we spend our supply money on the AC... I keep wanting to call it the AWCS, and I don't know why. I guess it's the AWS? I don't... But every time I say, I think American Welding Society, I don't... Yeah, well, anyway. Back to scanning. As soon as Rue McClanahan finishes her manual labor, we will take her 80-year-old ass and have her start building shit, too. I mean, we're really putting it to Rue McClanahan. Oh, that came out wrong. I don't want to put it to Rue McClanahan. One, she was just not my type. Two, she's been long, long dead and probably well past a positive encounter. Absolutely view this room. So can we build the Advanced Warfare Center? The AWC. That's what I'm going to call it, the AWACS from now on, even though it's not got the extra A. And an AWAC is actually totally a plane with a big thing on the top of it. This costs 115... Yeah, you know what? Yes, do that. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to build a power supply. That's fine. Rue McClanahan's increasing our construction speed there. Lily, slow your roll. It's going to be fine. We'll get... As soon as this is done, once Rue finishes up... And this is a case where I am going to leave Rue to go ahead and build this. If we took her off of that, it's 21 days to finish. We could clear this in like 5, but honestly, we're saving more time. In the time that we're saving having Rue build this, we can actually have her just go clear this debris with nothing more than the time that we've saved. So we're stretched to the limit on power, which means a power facility has to be our next priority. Really? You doubt that? Because I have serious doubts on that concern, Bradford. Yep. Well, I mean, we learned last time that it totally is, and also we already have an Advent Corp, so I mean, we don't really have to go out of our way to bring one in. There's literally one downstairs. Also, Dr. Tigan probably is downstairs on top of it right now with the humping. So, these aliens are actively pursuing them. It will be up to you to ensure the safety of our operatives. Thank you for the delay, Harold Pinter. Yeah, you clearly Optimus Prime just finished reading Betrayal, and he's all about the Harold Pinter pause. All right, so we've got a mission here. It's a council mission. Oh, we get a scientist and 120 intel. I do understand what intel does now. We use it to make contact with additional regions, which gets us more income and other potential bonuses. So that's useful. That would be enough to make contact with either Mexico or the northwestern United States. And Dr. Eduardo, I assume, is going to be a fantastic pickup for us. So yeah, we definitely want to do this mission.
Setting course for East Asia.
Oh, I didn't even... We're in Asia this time. I keep for some reason thinking this is the northeastern United States because that's where our last campaign started. And I just assume we're in the same spot. Ah, very North American-centric of me. What can I say? The term ugly American totally a prize. Not because I'm American, although I am, but it's just because I'm really, really ugly. I'm not an attractive man. I'm not handsome. I don't face cam for a reason. There's a reason. So I think we just go with this team. We just, we've got, by the way, we gave everybody's weapon a name too. Well, that happened off camera. So it's Casper, Ghost Van Dien with his weapon Friendly. Of course, he's the friendly ghost. Jake, I'm with Busey. His weapon is, of course, named Gary, because what else would you name a crazy thing that goes off in your fucking face like that shotgun? We've got Squatty Gilliam here, who's gone a little biblical and named his Ezekiel 25:17. And then, of course, Dizzy just named her rifle Molly because she always wanted to play Molly Millions and got screwed and instead forced to play the much less cool Jane in Johnny Mnemonic. And if you've seen Johnny Mnemonic, you know that Jane is not especially cool. Not that Molly Millions was really that cool either, but Jane is like a ghetto version of Molly Millions, and when you're the ghetto version of a ghetto, that's, I mean, I don't even know what you would call that. A slum? She was definitely slumming when she was in that film. Got that part around. All right, let's do this. I want me a scientist to go get me Eduardo. We got to save that man. So is this going to be like a VIP extraction mission, maybe? We've done a VIP escort before. Operation Tomb Prince. Sounds like it should be like a unit type in the Necron army of Warhammer 40k. What do you got over there? I got a Tomb Prince. Oh, you know, it could be like a Chimeri too, I guess, for if you play fantasy tabletop. It's definitely some kind of Games Workshop product. That's what we know. We're clearly raiding Games Workshop headquarters here. Except this is in Beijing, and I'm pretty sure they're headquartered in the UK. At least it's not Kansas City. Got that going for us. Radford has clearly identified some place on the map as other than Kansas City. I'm proud of him. Just chilling, guys. Maxing, relaxing, spending time on the playground most of your days, in fact. That's cool. I can identify with that. Got a sweet aunt and uncle that live in Bel Air. Gonna take you away from this sort of negative environment, maybe prop you up a little bit. Good God, XCOM, you're taking your sweet damn time here. How many assets you got to load for this mission? I'm guessing a lot? Because the frame rate's real choppy, and this is taking an extraordinarily long time. It must be using some textures or assets we have not yet loaded that weren't, maybe stuff we've never seen before. I wholeheartedly support unseen items. I like variety in my maps. It's one of the things I was most excited about for XCOM 2, actually. Procedurally generated maps are awesome. You play the Long War and play the same map 70 or 80 times, and by God, you'll be clamoring for just any kind of variety you can get. So wait, this is a two-step mission. So first, we got to get the dude. Then we got to get the dude to safety. We have 12 turns. That's a fairly goodly while, and well, I was gonna say we don't have that much ground to cover, but that's not true. We actually got quite a ways to go. This building looks like it would be a great place to stage an ambush on the truck, though. So we have no units visible. Do we have any? We have no detection squares visible. All right. So we can be. I think we can be a little aggressive with our opening strategy here. We do want to make sure Johnny Rico can get to full cover if his blue move reveals enemies. So Casper Van Dien, our specialist, has immediately stumbled upon some foes. What do we got? Looks like a sectoid and an Advent Trooper. Okay. Our camouflage is holding. They're also kind of in the building we pretty much want to be inside of. So I think, let's see if we can stage a little ambush here. I think opportunity is good. If we could get it like maybe a second turn ambush where we just start taking these guys out, I feel like that would be a relatively strong start. What if they go the other way? We could get all the way up to that full cover, but that's going to reveal us. And the sectoid is over there. I think discretion is the better part of valor here. We just take cover behind this gigantic barricade and take advantage of what that has to offer. I really wish there was somewhere we could get Dizzy up to get her a little elevation to do some squad sight shooting, but it doesn't look like that's really going to be possible. I would prefer to keep Dizzy sort of far away, as strange as that may sound. She's got squad sight. We should try and take advantage of it. And we'll have Jake, I'm with Busey, head up here and take cover behind this telephone pole. Should be good. All right, Diz, just go on Overwatch. You and Molly gonna keep us safe. Oh, this guy's patrolling right into us. This is almost perfect. Well, if he stops, it'll be great. Nope. Yeah, that's not fantastic. He walked right into us. So these guys should only get a reaction move and no actual move. And Diz with the Overwatch. That 2 damage from the pistol, that's something. That's something. We'll take it. I'm a little salty that our cover has already been blown. I'm not going to lie. All right, so we are flanked, but if we are flanked, this guy should likewise. Why is he not flanked? I mean, what's fair is fair, XCOM. Fair is fair. We got this guy here who's a bit of a problem. Diz, what do you got for shots here? You have one terrible shot at that guy, one worse shot at the sectoid. Alright, Padre, if we bring you over here... Don't spawn another... God damn it, Casper, that was not supposed to be... Well, one, that was not supposed to be you, and the one thing I asked you to do was not spawn another pod, so it's nice to know you were fucking paying attention. Well, Casper Van Dien cannot stay where he is. Dizzy, what's your shot like on the turret? Pretty good, actually. So we may have Dizzy take a poke at the turret. I don't know if that turret can hit her from where she's at. I can't really... That's one thing I did like better about the original XCOM. It was much easier to tell when a shot was a squad site shot. So we could just drop grenades on this sectoid and kill him. But that leaves us at the tender mercies of that guy. This fucking guy over here. This fucking guy. And we can always get two damage out of Jake Busey. Jake Busey has the weapon upgrade. That means his weapon always does at least 2 damage. If we come here, we're absolutely going to be flanked. And Casper Van Dien cannot stay where he's at. There's no combination of moves that allows us to leave Casper Van Dien where he is. Unless we could hit... Unless... What if we grenaded that from where we are, had Dizzy shoot it, then we had you grenade that, and you shoot that. Everybody is then in full cover vis-a-vis this guy. But he could just run out and flank us then. What does our hack do? We might as well take a look. Maybe this will give us an option we're not expecting. So let's take a look and see what this does. If it can give us like immunity to damage or something at a reasonable price, we will want to try it. Soldier's dodge increased by 33 for 2 turns. That looks pretty good with a reasonable... Squad dodge increased by 30. That looks really good. At 42% though, I don't think we can try this straight away. It seems like a bad gamble. So let's see what Dizzy can do to the turret. Actually, the only thing that would matter is what Seth Gilliam can do to the sectoid. What if he can just kill it? I mean, he can't, because this literally can't do enough damage. But maybe we could do enough damage and get this guy killed that we could give Casper Van Dien a safe spot to run. We don't have to kill the turret. We can just move so that the turret can't see us. Alright, that's got 3 damage on the sectoid. And Casper's still got a shot. Diz, what can you do? 75%, no. 49? Really? That's just miserable. That's really bad. Jake Busey, what can you do? 68. Jake Busey can do, even if he misses, we get 2 damage out of it, but a miss is not what we need here. We could also just have him throw a grenade. Or we could have him throw a grenade at the Advent Trooper. We've got options, and all of them are kind of shitty. Alright, I'm going to try and... Okay, I'm going to play some AI games here. This is not fantastic, but I think this is our best plan for getting this guy, getting people out of trouble here. We could get lucky and just get a kill. Okay, we didn't get lucky and just get a kill, but that's not the end of the world. I think now that that guy is revealed, Dizzy should be able to shoot him quite nicely. 75%. Alright, we're going to have Diz take a crack here. Please don't miss, Dizzy. Make Molly proud. Oh, Molly and Mama are proud. She's proud indeed. Now, here's what we've done. We made a corpse. If we have guys near the corpse and this guy is flanked, my theory, at least, is that the sectoid will try to run, and he may seek cover and then try to reanimate that guy, and then we can just kill him. He only has 2 health. Well, he has 3 health. This is where he... Nope. Okay, so he's just straight up running for it. Was that a double move? It was, in fact, a double move. Ooh, okay, well, yeah, that turret is it's definitely still there. So that's admittedly a problem. Seth Gilliam, I kind of think, has a pretty good shot at taking down our little friend there. Dizzy, you're just going to... I need you killing this turret. So let's just make this be a thing that happens. Dizzy only did 2 damage, but she busted... It's got... Man, that thing has a lot of armor. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah. This is... Yeah. We can't afford to let this guy be alive another turn. I don't like the fact that we have Johnny Rico getting shot at again. But maybe we can just bring the turret down. Maybe we take Seth Padre Gilliam, move him to this full cover, and then we just have him fire at the turret as well. 72% chance, that's pretty reasonable. What do you got, Big Daddy? That's my boy. Alright, so our little turret problem is fucking totally solved. And that just leaves old Jake Busey, who's going to come up here, and Jake's going to go on Overwatch for us. Jake Busey is... Oh, you know what? Casper Van Dien is the guy who always does 2 damage. Jake Busey is a ranger. He got the chopper and the shotgun. So we're down to 9 turns. I definitely want to get Dizzy on top of that building before I do anything... Before I do much of anything else. So Dizzy, let's have you start making a break for it. The rest of the team needs to move very conservatively here because Dizzy is in the open. So guys, please... No big risks here. Take no chances. Let's just play this one cool, man. How is Fonzie? Fonzie's cool. We want to be like Fonzie, baby. I want to be like Fonzie. Wouldn't mind getting free jukebox plays. You know, Fonzie saved a lot of money on that whole jukebox thing, if you think about it. And we have flanked ourselves. How are we fucking flanked? How is that guy possibly flanking us? That makes absolutely no sense. How are we possibly flanked by that? I so don't understand how we're flanked. I'm really okay. I'm very salty about this. Gilliam has 1 more grenade. He might be able to get it far enough to make it count. Ugh, we're in such a terrible position. This is my own fault. I said deliberately, don't take aggressive moves, don't do anything stupid, and then there I went and did something. Is this going to kill the VIP if I blow up this truck? I guess not, because it didn't give me a friendly fire warning. Or maybe that's not the right truck? It's got to be the right truck. So we got 3 damage out of Gilliam. That's not good. On the plus side, we do have 2 potential targets for the AI to shoot at, so there's that. We can't get anything out of a chop. Even if we were to run, we're not going to get much out of it. We could put Ace in half cover and have him be on Overwatch. The other thing we could do is come up here and just go on Overwatch and hope we can prevent this guy from running around and flanking Rico, just discourage him with the Overwatch, maybe? I don't think it's going to work. That guy's going to kill Dizzy. Very lucky miss for us right there. Supremely lucky. We might be able to live through this turn. As long as Johnny Rico doesn't take a critical here, I think we'll be okay. Unbelievable luck. So Advent Troopers are not ridiculously threatening if they don't have an officer. It's when they have that aim bonus from the officer that they're almost unstoppable. I'm working on it, Bradford. Cut me some slack here. Also, I'm in the middle of something, if you haven't noticed. This is a little bit tense, Bradford. Just very slightly tense. We're in a bit of a difficult situation, bit of a sticky wicket, if you will. So Casper Van Dien literally can't fail to kill this man. So I think we advance to here, and I don't think we're going to be spawning another pod. There's just not that many enemies on the map. We can see this man. Casper Van Dien always does at least 2 damage thanks to his stock, so even if this shot misses, we're getting 2. He actually didn't even miss. He just straight up went for the hit. So nice work, Casper. We're proud of you. Good job, buddy. That means Seth Padre Gilliam should be able to come up here. Okay, so Busey, you can probably get us some damage. And why are you flanked from this position? See, how are we flanked here? I don't understand what is flanking us from this location. It's not that guy. Ooh, Jake Busey. Did you cut a wall in half, Jake? I'm pretty sure he cut a wall in half. Target disabled. He broke something. That's a powerful blow, man. That's a powerful blow from the sword. That's what she said. That's not fucking funny ever. All right, let's get Diz to the rooftop. Dizzy, please report to the rooftop. Dizzy, to the rooftop, please. Thank you. To the rooftop. We got some civilians over there. Seth Gilliam, can you go rescue the dude? I mean, if you could go rescue the Big Lebowski, that'd be pretty sweet. If you could go rescue the dude. I mean, if Jeff Bridges is in his truck, I'm gonna be supremely stoked. Now, we don't have to worry about wasting turns with the reload on Seth Gilliam because he has the auto-loader, so his first reload is free. You, sir, put your head between your legs and start kissing the old ass goodbye. Oh, fantastic. Reinforcements are going to drop in on top of Dizzy.
Menace 1-5, we're picking up an enemy transport inbound on your current position.
Yeah, I'm more than a little salty about that because, honestly, those guys are going to be in an elevated position, and that means they're going to have huge aim bonuses, which means we're totally porked. So we need to get out of line of sight then. That should be our goal, is just be where the aliens literally can't shoot us. Like, here? How do stairs work? Wow, I sound like one of the insane clown posse. Magnets, how do they work? Stairs, how do they work? We're suddenly flanked again? I'm so tired of every time I take a move, it winds up with me being flanked. Every single time. Alright, so Gilliam, if you go upstairs, I don't want you to be on the roof. I just want you to be upstairs somewhere where you can't be seen and can't be shot. That's all I'm looking for here. Like up here, maybe? We've got reinforcements coming in. We've only got 7 turns to evac. Dizzy's in a terrible position. Casper Van Dien, honestly, is not in a fantastic position. Can you get to the 2nd floor, Van Dien? You cannot. Can you get somewhere where you can't be shot? Well, you could get behind the stairs. This is going to be at least full cover from both directions, so that's pretty good. Van Dien's on the move. The civilians are dashing about. Yeah. I'd make a Scrubs joke about that guy, but not sure it's fully appropriate. Dizzy cannot stay where she is. Dizzy has to get out of here, and I think the only safe spot for Diz is going to be like right here. So let's move Diz over there. She's not going to be able to contribute much offensively from that location, but it does keep her from getting shot in the back, which I am supremely interested in. And that just leaves little Jake Busey, who... there is really nowhere good for him to be. He can't really reach any place safe. I'm tempted to just bring him over here and maybe have him hunker. If we could find some full cover he could put between himself and the guys on the roof and hunker in, I would just do that. But we can't get any cover that's going to be between him and the roof and not be flanked, not leave us flanked by those guys. So I think we just try and make him difficult to see and run him really far away. This is going to be the best we can do. That civilian is climbing a drain pipe to the roof in order to get away from Jake Busey. That tells you how big of a badass the Buse really is. Enemies can't run far enough to get away from him. Our civilian can go a monumentally huge distance. I mean, it does him no good because he leaves himself on a rooftop where he will be immediately killed. But he's pretty quick on his feet. You got to give him credit for the speed. It will be in no cover there. Okay, we can put him in corner. Yeah, all right. Get over here to this corner full cover. We're really getting pressed for time here. We got 6 turns left to get this guy to the exit and the rest of our team to the exit. Here come the reinforcements. If this is more than 2 guys, we may just be completely sunk. Okay, it's 3 guys, but it's 3 regular Advent troopers. We may not be sunk. If there had been an officer or something more powerful along us, we might have been in serious trouble. Yeah, we know you guys spotted us. It's fine. Well, I mean, it's not fine. I'm actually pissed off that you're here at all, but... okay, here comes a sectoid. What are you going to do? Probably reanimate a dead guy. Or shoot at Dizzy. Panic Dizzy. Something to Dizzy. I don't know what you did at all. You may have reanimated a man. Okay, so he reanimated one of those Advent guys who's really far away. Okay, he's not that far away, but he's not really a problem either. And that guy went on Overwatch. So Diz, shots. What do you got? Nothing good. You do still have a grenade that we could put to good effect, though. Jake Busey, what do you got? Advent Trooper. Those guys on the... Man, those guys on the roof are a significant problem for us. We could go for the hack and try to get the dodge thing working. Gilliam, you can see one guy. Ooh, you got a pretty good shot at this sectoid. Alright, so Dizzy, I think we're going to have you do this. We can't do really anything as long as this guy is on Overwatch. So we have to drop the grenade here. Take this guy out of Overwatch at the minimum. Possibly get a kill if we blow the car. We set the car on fire, but we didn't blow it. Still, we did eliminate the Overwatch, and that is useful. Because now if Seth Padre Gilliam can pull a hit here, Johnny Rico can kill that man guaranteed with his 2 damage. That's fantastic. So that sectoid is definitely gonna die as long as Johnny Rico can even get a all we have to do is just get a shot at him, and a sectoid is done. So we could be here in full cover and almost... Actually, can we see the sectoid from here? We can see it from here. I'm not gonna move. We cannot. So we need to be here then, which puts some full cover between us and those guys on the roof as well. Can we see the sectoid now? We can. This is a guaranteed kill even if it misses. Our advanced stock is getting it done for us. Pretty sure that shot missed. Yep, it did, but we still got the 2 damage. I really like advanced stock. There goes our Psy Zombie. Advanced stock seems like a fantastically useful ability. And this guy... There can't be any more aliens on the map at this point. I am 100% confident that there are no more enemies on this map. So what we're going to have him do is just dash through this building. He can start making his way toward the extraction zone. And our real goal with the scientist is just keep him out of line of sight. All we're looking to do is make sure he can't see the enemy and that the enemy can't see him. Jake, I'm with Busey here's got some options. We could go slash that guy, but that would be a terrifically bad idea since that car is definitely going to explode. And there are 4 Advent Troopers up here. He can't stay where he is, though, because his cover is pretty unacceptable. I wonder if he would have a shot from here. He does not have a grenade. Slash seems like a terrible value. Alright, let's bring Jake Busey to here. Worst case scenario, he's just going to not be able to see anything. He actually does have... Here's what we're going to do. Jake Busey goes on Overwatch. Either that guy stays pinned down next to that car and dies, or he moves and take an Overwatch shot from Jake. Okay, that guy's going to die then. Little close range shot, but Dizzy's full... Oh my god, Dizzy. What? That wall is still there, isn't it? Please tell me that wall is still there. Please tell me it did not explode. Oh, fuck me. I can't believe that shot missed. We are not going to get that lucky again. I thought this wall was still there, or I would have just had Dizzy move. When did that wall go away? Dizzy's definitely getting hit here. There's no way they're going to miss this many times in a row. Unbelievable. I don't feel good about this mission at all. What I do feel good about, though, we have learned something very, very valuable. Yeah, take that. 1, pinning a guy down with Overwatch next to a flaming car works pretty good. The other thing we have learned that's very valuable, without their officer, regular Advent Troopers' aim is... It's pretty shitty. So this vehicle is not destroyed. We could definitely just run up here and slash this guy. What does that leave us needing to kill? That leaves us needing to kill this guy and that guy. Well, the one thing we can't do is have Dizzy stay where she's at. Dizzy has got to move. So we could have Johnny Rico come to... Alright, so let's have Casper Van Dien take the first move here. We're going to bring him up to this location. Let's see what he can see. He has a flank shot at that guy, and that's it. So we should definitely take this first. If this is the only shot he's got, it's the one we want to take. Beautiful. Man, Johnny Rico has stood and delivered. I know I gave him grief last episode for being out of uniform. And I gotta say, I feel like the haircut is really helping out, John. You looked like a scrub earlier, and you're definitely not looking like a scrub now. How come we can't see any of those guys, huh? Alright, well, I mean, I'm a little salty about that. So let's bring Dizzy around here. We got to get Dizzy the hell out of Dodge. And was that a double move? Really? Alright, I mean... Not supremely salty about the fact that that was a double move, but I'm definitely not happy about it. I'd really like to have Jake Busey be able to do something with his shotgun here, but it doesn't seem like it's in the cards. We can't see... Well, actually, if we can't see that guy, means he can't see us either. So, Padre, you're on Overwatch then. You're going to be my eye in the sky. Scientist man, I want you running like hell. Preferably to someplace where you will not be visible to the enemy. Like, let's say there. Sounds good. I see civilians are not afraid of scientists. They're terrified of their fellow man. Other humans just scare the holy liquid shit out of them. Would we be better off to just... You know what we could do? I'm going to come up here and hunker down. This gives us... We're not going to be able to get anything out of Jake Busey this turn, but this does put him in a better position for us next turn. And hunkered down in full cover, I think, is an okay proposition. Especially with Gilliam here on Overwatch from full cover. A hit would be huge here, Seth. Okay, see, that was less huge, buddy. So he's going to take a puck at Johnny Rico. That is not good because Johnny Rico's cover has been, I think, destroyed. If that destroyed his cover, Rico's probably getting shot. That guy's in half cover. Johnny Rico still has cover, actually. Alright, so as long as these guys don't have an officer, their aim seems pretty bad. We have gotten luckier than we had any right to get, by the way. And our reload should be free. Yes, that reload should not cost us anything because of our autoloader, right? Okay, I was going to say for a second it looked like it didn't work, but then it actually did kick in. Does anybody have a grenade left? No, nobody has a grenade left. Jake Busey could come slash at this guy. I really wish we had one grenade. We can get 2 guaranteed damage from Johnny Rico, so we could kill this guy. We could have Ace come up, and well, unless he misses. Which would be bad. We could also just have Ace step down and try and get a shotgun shot, but I don't like his chances. We could have him come over to here and hunker, I suppose. I mean, that's... Nah, he'll wind up flanked. But maybe we could use that to set like an Overwatch trap, perhaps? Dizzy can't really do anything. This building is not a great spot to fight from. So Jake Busey has a shot from where he's at. It's just a terrible shot. But that does mean if we put Seth Gilliam there, he would have a shot too. And then worse, we could also have Dizzy come out with the try and finish with the pistol, maybe? I don't much like any of this. All right, Jake Busey. Wow, this is more aggressive than I should be. I don't feel good about this. This should give you a shotgun flank shot. 62% chance to crit, 87 to hit. That's... Alright, so you just took his head straight off. Damn fine work there from Jake I'm with Busey and old dad Gary getting shit done. When you need a little crazy, baby, you bring in the Gary Busey. And now we can see this man. What's our shot like? 48% is not fantastic. Dizzy's going to have effectively no shot. We could, I was going to say we could bring Dizzy there and have her hunker down, but I actually don't like that plan at all. Speaking of hunker down, Scientist, why are your lips not on your butthole right now? They should definitely be on your butthole. You know what? I don't think we take any chances here. I think we just, let's play this one conservative. Dizzy, I want you over here. This is full cover. Next turn, if we have to, we'll have you go to the roof and try to pistol shot this guy. And once again, I'm going to try and use all my turns. Previously, I would have been, you're going on Overwatch, Johnny Rico. I would have been a little more concerned about this and running out of time, but I'm going to play it cool, take my time. I'm curious if we get the 2 damage on misses even through Overwatch. We hit that shot, and I'm not complaining about that fact. Oh, Seth Padre Gilliam, that's the way to drill him from an upstairs window and earn yourself a promotion. Fantastic work, buddy. That's good shooting. Good shooting, champ.
Menace 1-5, hostile interceptors are on high-speed approach. Your window for extraction is closing.
I'm working on it, champ.
Will do.
And by working on it, I mean, at this point, even if we haven't killed every enemy on the map, although I'm almost positive we have, because shit, we've killed a lot, we're getting the hell out of here. Beat feet, gentlemen. It's time to go. Eduardo Santiago, if you would. We did all of this for you, sir. All of this we did for you. We did it all for you. And Jake Busey, we're going to have you Yeah, just run. I'm gonna forego cover completely. I don't think we need it. I'm pretty sure everything is dead. Let's have you hunker. I don't... If we extract, is that in the mission? Or does it just get him to safety? It just gets the VIP to safety, apparently. Okay. So, Johnny Rico, if you would, go... Why don't you rope up to the old roping spot there. Go ahead. Yeah, Johnny Rico. You know Johnny Rico, Casper Van Dien, Mr. Friendly. A good commander would stay and be the last man off of the field. And I'm not saying you're a bad commander because you're Rico of Rico's Roughnecks. But it really seems like a good commander would be. He'd be the last man to leave the field of battle. I mean, was Rychek not the last man to leave the battle? I mean, he sort of wasn't because you were behind him and you're the one that shot him. So, now that I think about it, maybe he wasn't the last man to leave the battle. Then again, he died. Can you hold it against him when he's dead? Be like, Johnny, you know what to do. Does that still count? I'm not sure. Oh, we can run and extract? This is okay, so that's really good. We can extract even after we have used a double move. That is a very interesting mechanic. You can literally sprint to the exit then. I am a huge fan of that. All right, so we're done, folks. And, this says flawless, but honestly, I feel that this mission had a very large number of flaws in it. Specifically, like the 5 times Dizzy got shot at and through whatever friggin' miracle did not get killed. And it was nothing short of a miracle. Although we did learn a very valuable lesson about Advent Troopers, and that without a leader, their aim seems like it's kinda shitty. So, dealt the most damage, Seth Gilliam made most attacks, Casper Van Dien, and moved the furthest, Jake, I'm with Busey. He is. Gary is with him. Yea, though I walk through the valley of XCOM, I shall know no fear, for thou art Gary, and thou art with me. Thy freak nasty teeth and thy crazy ass comforteth me. It maketh green fields of cocaine, and it lieth down with me in those fields. And we snorteth that cocaine until the orb cometh from heavens, and we telleth the orb about our near-death experience. Ah, the great orb. I could do Gary Busey Does the Bible pretty much all day. That stuff writes itself. And also, Seth Gilliam, shouldn't you be the one? I mean, your gun is called Ezekiel 25:17. Shouldn't you be the one talking about laying down upon people with great vengeance and furious anger and such not? So we rescued the VIP from the Advent vehicle, got our scientists back. We got Casper the Ghost Van Dien. He's got... You know what? We had medical protocol on Michael Ironsides. I didn't really like it. We could just carry a med kit. I think I like combat protocol much better, especially the increased damage to robotic enemies part. Because I'm pretty sure turrets count as robotic enemies. So I'm going to go for the combat protocol. Really what I'd like to do is be able to just hack a turret and steal it. But clearly that's beyond our abilities. Blade Master or Phantom? I don't have objections to Blade Master. It is good. The problem is on Commander difficulty, sword attacks have a little under a 20% chance of missing. And Phantom seems like it would be really good specifically for just like sneaking your way to mission objectives. Especially once you have a 5-man team. If you have like 4 guys who are fighters and then 1 Phantom, you could have the 4 guys hole up in some kind of building or fight off while your Phantom creeps about the map and actually tries to do the mission objective. And at this level, without Blade Master, our shotgun does almost as much damage. And it's more likely to critical considering we have the... You know what? I'm taking Phantom. I talked myself into it. Way to be, Pete. Way to convince yourself. Seth Padre Gilliam. I really like Shredder ammo. I really wish I knew what blast padding did, specifically. It granting a bonus point of armor. So, if armor works the way I think it does, based on the armored enemies I've shot, that means it stops 1 damage from every attack. And we take 66% less damage from explosive attacks. I mean, that seems okay. Shredder is so good for armored units, though. But if we're going to go with a hacker as our specialist, for robotic units, theoretically, in another level or two, we should just be able to hijack them and make them work for us. So maybe we try and go the demolitions route. I wish I knew what these higher level abilities were. Because maybe he just gets, like, huge damage for grenades and, like, giant AoE and, like, incendiary rounds and all kinds of cool shit if we go. You know what? Let's try the blast padding. Worst case scenario, we can always respec. That is an option now, something I'm forgetting too. These, unlike the original XCOM, these abilities are not permanent. We can change these if we want to. So we got Dina Dizzy Meyer here, who has return fire. When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back with your pistol once per turn. It would have held us in good stead on this mission, because we would have got some free shots at those Advent guys, but honestly, I really would prefer Dizzy not be getting shot at. And Long Watch is pretty good. I think we got to go with Long Watch. All right, so promotion's taken care of. The squad is starting to look, you know, they're getting, I don't want to say buff. And we recovered no items because I was a little liberal with the application of the grenade. But you know what we did recover? Eduardo Santiago, who I think is at least as useful as a weapon upgrade. Because, hey, all of the weapons for our main troopers are upgraded already anyway. Yeah, don't pat me on the back just yet, Johnny Faceless. Did you sand your head smooth, by the way? How is it that fucking shiny? I mean, it looks like you rubbed it with carnauba wax. Are you a surfer in your off time, Optimus Prime? Do you carnauba wax your head? Or is that maybe like turtle wax or shit? You know what, now that I think about it, as shiny as that is, I'm thinking you armor all that. That's armor all glow. So we got old Eduardo Santiago here. He's going to increase our research speed by 33%, which I am a huge fan of. So now we have an engineer and a scientist, both working. We do have old Rue McClanahan still cracking the whip down in the Advanced Warfare Center. My octogenarian labor camp still paying dividends, baby. And oh, what's Bradford got to say here?
We've never had the resources to investigate the possibility of clandestine Advent facilities built up outside the city center.
You don't say.
Now that we've gotten word of this black site, I have to admit, I'm worried about what we might find.
Me too, because the last time what we found was our imminent doom, Bradford. There could be anything there. Well, let me give you a little inside info, Bradford. Spoiler, there's a bunch of Vipers there, which we are definitely not equipped to deal with. Those guys have a bunch of really bullshit abilities like poison and that tongue thing that pulls us out of cover, which sucks more dong than a Vietnamese prostitute, who I assume would probably suck a lot of dong on guys potentially named Dong. Well, now that I've dropped a fully inappropriate reference, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM 2, you might consider subscribing as well, because I make inappropriate prostitute references on pretty much a regular basis. That'll be great. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.